to talk about the read command. That kind of goes hand in hand with using variables, because pretty much, as far as I can think of, every time you use the read command, you have to use a variable. Okay, because what the read command is it's an input. It's going to wait for the user to put in and define the value. Okay, so as an example, let's do it like this. We're going to take our same old script, all right, but instead of this very first line where we say in the script what the value of that variable is, we're going to ask the user to put in a value for it. Okay, so how do you do that? First, you need to print it on the screen. You need to tell the user what to put in. How about input a value for the variable? Yeah, that looks good. Let's do it like that. Input a value for the variable. Okay. Now, after that, now what needs to happen is the user needs to be able to put it in. You need to tell the computer you need to wait and get the information from the user. So you use the read command, and it's literally read, R-E-A-D, and you have to define a variable now, because what it's got to do is it's going to ask the user in that very first echo, it's going to ask the user to put information in, but it needs to be able to save that information, whatever the value is, into a variable so that it can use it. Well, the nice thing is we've already defined a variable that we can use. Or we haven't defined it yet, we are defining it. But we are already using it elsewhere. So instead of us saying that the value of this variable is 10, we're asking for it now. So the where we're at right now is the user's got to put in this value, whatever they want for this value for this variable. So we're going to have it read answer, all right, and that's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it the same thing. You could call it something different if you wanted to. Just for grins, let's call it ANS. You know, but what we have to do here is we have to now change this variable to ANS. You see, they have to be the same because this is a direct reference to this. This contains the value that is going to be read here. And you'll see what I mean. So in this regard, this is how it works. It's going to ask us to put in the value of the variable. We're going to type it in. It's going to save it in this variable. The value will be right here. And then when it executes this last echo, it's going to take that value and put it in place of this variable. Okay? So if I hit enter, it says input a value for the variable. Now you see the cursor's just sitting there. So I have to put a value in. What value shall we put in? Let's put in 99. That's the value. Notice that's not 10. Doesn't matter. 10's the variable's not defined yet. We're defining it right now. So if I hit enter, it says you entered a value of 99. You see how that works? We define it here. We assign a value, and then that value can be used anywhere. Okay? So that's the read command. All right? So we've covered the echo command, variables, and how they work. Okay? And we've also covered the read command so you can actually get input. So in the example that I was giving